In this video we're going to create the leg of the foot like I have here. I've already done this one. Like you can see the fold. And like I said, you can use the straggler, the tail of this to close in all these gaps. You're going to use that to sew in, so you'll just sew down and then pull it all through and just kind of pull it tight and then kind of sew it in to make it close up a little bit, and it'll close it and firm the foot up a little bit better like this. I didn't finish with this, but I didn't have enough string. I didn't leave a long enough tail. So what you want to make sure that you leave a long enough tail on this part so that you can do that. Otherwise you're going to have to get another piece of yarn and kind of pull it tighter, and it'll stay in place. So basically we're going to make this portion of the leg. Okay, so what you're going to need is your hook, your yarn, and we'll get started. So on this we're going to start with a slip knot on your hook. You can start from anywhere in this, but basically what you're going to do is you're going to fold this down about 3 rows. Okay, so just kind of fold it like that. Okay, so at least so that you have 3 rows of stitching. So we're going to do this on the 4th, like about the 4th row down, which is about right here. Okay, so you're going to have about that much, and then that's going to fold down like so here. So we're just going to attach this, and then what we're doing is we're going to make a base chain around this with slip stitch, and that way we'll have a base to start the leg, and then we're just going to go around and round and round all the way up to the top. So, but what I'm going to do is we'll start this, and then I'll show you if I can get it started here. It's going to be a little awkward at first just to get started. Just having one of those days with this. Okay. Oops. Okay, let me just start this over. Alright. Start here. Ta-da. Pull through. Okay, why is this not working? There we go. See, everybody has these days where it just doesn't seem to want to work for you. But this part is kind of a little tricky. Just kind of work with it and do the best you can, because it's all going to be hidden, so it'll be okay. So you'll just do a slip stitch through here. Oops. Boy, I'm having a horrible time with my yarn here today. Okay. And it's not going to be pretty. I mean, it will be. I mean, depending on the person that's doing it. Currently, right now, I'm not having a good day with this, so this is probably not the best day to do this. But anyway, I digress. So we're just going to slip stitch around here, like so. Okay, we're just going to make a slip stitch all the way around this, and then we're going to join it here, and I will go ahead and do that, and then we'll come right back. Okay, we're back. So at this point, now you should have slip stitched all the way around the row, and then joined it. So you're going to join it with another slip stitch, join the row together with a slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 1. Okay, so now it'll get easier as the leg gets bigger. So we're just going to single on each slip stitch, and then we're going to join again. So we're going to make a single crochet around this entire portion, which we probably could have just done that and it would have been the same thing. You could have just skipped the slip stitch and just done a single crochet. In whichever way would be easier for you. I just did a slip stitch because I like to start with the base and then work my way up. So once you joined it here, you're going to chain 1, and then now we're going to single and each slip stitch around. So there's no churning, and it's going to be kind of difficult. You just got to have a little bit of patience and just kind of work with it. When I created this, it wasn't an easy task. It was just something that popped into my head one day, and I just started crocheting it. And I was kind of writing it down as I was going. So hopefully it worked out. So this is what pops into my head, and I just kind of work on it and crochet it. So since I wrote the pattern, I decided to make these videos as well. So kind of give you a helpful little tool to work with to making this doll. So we're just single crocheting all the way around, like so. Okay, almost to the end. I know I'm going really slow here. It's because it's a little awkward, that's why. This is the best of free-form crochet, I think. When you can just create something right off the top of your head and just kind of figure it out. And that's the best kind of crochet, I think. But lots of people make a lot of beautiful things, though, I can tell you that. Okay. So now we're back at the beginning. We're going to join that chain, and voila. So now you should have what kind of looks like the leg, part of the leg coming out, like so. And see how we folded this down? See, so if you do that, that's why we folded this part, went down so far, so we could fold that and cover that up. And then we'll attach that. We'll fix it up better when we're sewing this portion in, and it'll attach, and then it'll look okay. So there you go. So the next one, we're just going to keep singling all the way around for about I believe it's 17 more rows. Okay, so you're just going to single crochet 17 more rows up. Okay, actually I should say this is row 2. So row 3 at 3 through 17 is going to be single crochet all the way up. So this is where your little handy contrasting piece of yarn comes in handy. So you can just keep going, and that way you'll know every time you do that, you count one row, and then once you get to the end, you'll be like, oh, okay. So there you go. And then you just chain one and continue all the way around. And then I'll meet you back here at row 17. Okay, we're back. So now you should have, we're at the end of row 17. Okay, and since these were continuous rounds, here's your contrasting yarn. Okay, this is the last stitch. We're just going to do a slip stitch right here to kind of join it, and what that does is it levels this off, so it's straight across now. Okay, so you should have 17 rows, or 14 additional, I would say. So, and then here you go. See how once you see how you can count up your rows. But this is what it looks like when you're done after you've stuffed it. So I'm just going to pull this out, your handy little marker. Then we're going to finish off this row. Oops, I should have done that already. We're just going to cut it. Okay. And just kind of pull it through. And there you go. You don't have to sew it in or anything. You can just stuff that right down inside there so that it is in there. Alright, so now we're just going to stuff that up. And you can stuff it. See how big this is? It looks kind of skinny, but if you just kind of stretch it a little bit, like so, it'll open up and you can stuff it. And then it'll look like that when you're done. See, it looks skinny here, but once you put stuffing in there, it'll fluff up. Okay, and then you sew all this. You'll sew around here like so to lock this fold down. You're going to just sew it around the bottom, and then once you get to the other side, you're going to take it and you're going to weave it in through here and through here and through here, and just kind of work these holes in to kind of close them up so that they'll be, so you won't see the stuffing, and that's why the tail is so long on this. So there you, that's the leg. Okay, thanks. Next we'll work on the body.